Hi, it's Anne from the Useless Crafter for 12 by 12 Cardstock Shop. So today I'm going to show you the main focus is how to do a shaker. So that way you can put the shaker on a cake topper, on your card, on a cupcake topper, whatever it is that you want to put on there. We are actually going to put it on a photo prop. So it's going to be a photo prop. It's going to be on this stick. My daughter is in theater camp for the first time. She's 6, so it's a big deal. She is in Beauty and the Beast, and so I don't know if you already recognize that theme even without any characters, but yeah, she's going to be holding this so we can take pictures. There's going to be flowers. So I sort of thought this is a great way too for birthday parties, because you have a cake topper, but it goes on the cake, right? And it stays in the cake, and then afterwards it has cake on it. So I thought this would be kind of like cute to do a sort of a smaller version of the cake topper or a bigger version, whatever it is that you want, but that there's something to hold the whole time. I think that's kind of cute. All right, so let's get started. We're going to be doing a lot today. There's going to be a rolled flower that goes right in the center. And, you know, I try to keep the colors, right? Like, I feel like when I think of Beauty and the Beast, I think of the blue jacket on the beast. So that's the blue there. The gold, the yellow in her dress. So that's there. Reflected in 3 different types of cardstock. We've got glitter cardstock. We have a metallic foil, and then we have regular cardstock, but it's all in that, you know, gold family, so it doesn't feel overwhelming, but you get the different layers, and that's kind of what I love. That's my thing, is I like lots of layers, and I like to use different types of cardstock within the same color family, because I feel like that gives me the complexity without making it so crazy distracted. So that's my 2 cents right there. We're gonna roll the flowers, and that's why the leaves are kind of like a muted color this time too, because normally I have a lot of glitter in my projects, but today the only glitter is really in the name, and the name is kind of thin, and also in the frame of the, you know, of her, like the little mirror thing. So all right, let's get started. I really want to do the shaker first, because I feel like that's what's like really new in the tutorial this time. The rest, you know, like, of course I want you to stay on, and we're gonna, you know, do everything else, but let's concentrate on, but look at this. So beautiful, right? Okay, I'm gonna move this aside. Let's concentrate on our shaker. So for this shaker, because I'm using kind of like thicker beads, I'm not using glitter today. So this, you know, like you can see just like little doodads. I don't know what else you call them. So they're kind of thicker. So I'm going to do a double layer of foam. So the foam sheets, this is just from Michael's. Actually, I'm not sure if this one's from Michael's or Amazon, but they're both similar because I've bought from both places. So it's kind of thin, so I'm going to double up. So I'm going to use Barely Art glue, which I know 12 by 12, it's coming if it's not already there. I haven't checked. The last time I checked, I didn't see it, but I could be wrong. All right. What you want to do is we're going to do the 2 layers of foam, like, you know, just attach them. Basically, on this one, I'm not as worried because the pieces are so big. So if it's glued, it's going to keep these little doodads in. It's when you have like glitter that makes me worried, because, you know, I'm not in this case, but on, you know, like when it's topper and it goes on a cake, I always worry that a little bit of glitter is going to come down on the cake. Okay, so let's get this down. So I did the 2 layers of foam. Some people will cut up foam tape and do a little, you know, circle and tape it down that way. All right, so let's get this on top. Now I did cut this with my Cricut maker. So when I cut it on my maker, the foam that I choose is it's called flex foam. And so you end up cutting it with your rotary knife or your rotary blade. Okay. So this is on, right? I'm just lining it up and then kind of squeezing it to make sure that the glue is spread out and that we have a good seal. Although, like I said, I'm not as concerned with this one. One, it's not going on a cake. And two, my centerpieces, like all the little junk that's going in there, they're not small. So they're not going to be able to squeeze out from that. Okay. The next thing is our layer of acetate paper. So I actually do not use acetate paper. I use sheet protectors because it's a little bit cheaper and no one notices. So on this one, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put the glue down and then we're going to layer it on top and then we're going to let it dry. Now, don't worry about making a mess other than it gets on your table, but we're going to be able to cover up everything because it's going to go behind this frame right here. I made sure that you will not see the foam at all. So there's plenty of room to make mistakes. You won't see the foam and you won't see any mistakes. So that's just one of the things with, with doing shakers is that with the glue and the clear paper or acetate paper, you can see a lot of your mistakes. But in this case, you can make the mistakes and no one's going to be able to see it. So we're going to put this on top and, kind of just spread that glue. You can kind of see where it goes. Let's put it aside, let it dry for a second. But, oh, let me bring it back for a minute. But you see what we did was we created like a sheet, right, that we can put things on. And then we created basically a wall so that everything fits inside. So we'll let it dry for a second. Let's get started on our other pieces. So what we can do is let's look at this frame. Now, from the front, what you're going to see is we're going to put this on using the foam tape so that it's sitting up above this sheet a little bit. So it's going to sit above this, which then behind here, we're going to put the foam. So you can see you can't see. Here's our little foam thing. It's going to sit like this. So you're not going to be able to see the foam at all. You're not going to be able to see any of this like glue that doesn't look amazing, right? All right, so that's going to dry for a minute. We will get this started. So what's going to happen is we're going to get these two layers. The acetate paper is going to sit on top here, and then it's going to be glued on top of here. So our these little doodads like the pearls and all the beads are going to sit on top of this yellow paper. So it's going to sit like this. So let's get started. Let's put foam tape on this. Every time, okay, here. I was like, I got ready before I started, okay? Let's just, get this all around and make it even and sturdy so that we can push down on it to make sure that it sticks. And I'm a big fan of layering with foam dots or foam tape whenever I can. I like to layer in general, and then I like everything to be stacked. So it's still like, even when it's layered, I don't like it when it's just sitting on each other, like flat. So that's why whenever we can, you will always see some depth or dimension to it. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. Let's get this on here. Oops. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Let me move this out of the way so I can see it like this. So this should be an even offset. It should not be hard. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to push down just to make sure it really sticks. Okay. Then we'll glue this down. So you see there's a lot of room to make mistakes, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put glue straight onto the paper. So we're going to put it on like this. And then I'm just going to smooth it out just to make sure that it stays on here. And then I'm actually going to turn on my glue gun because we're going to need the glue gun for the flowers anyway, but I'm also going to make sure that this stays on really well. All right, so now that we have this piece on, I'm going to flip it over so you can see what that looks like. So it's just this clear paper, right? That's going to eventually sit like this with the foam, you know, the foam in the middle and then the sequins all running in there. So I'm going to flip this over and we're going to start filling it with some fun stuff. So I kept everything like in that blue and gold color. So we've got that. I'm going to open up some new things. I probably, whoa. I felt like my life just flashed in front of me. Like I thought it was going to go splattering everywhere. Okay. I'm going to throw out some things. Let me see if I can get it. I am struggling today. Let me try to open this a little bit better. Oops, my gosh, so much tape on this thing. Don't mind me. Okay, here we go. All right. So lots of blue here because I felt like the gold stuff that I had was not the right gold. So I'm gonna have more blue than anything else. I'm gonna put that aside. Close up my thing. Okay, let's move things out of the way. I did like this yellow because I felt like the yellow matched, you know, all the other stuff. So I'm gonna throw that in here just to give it some color. Okay, and then I have some gold stuff from before. So let's open that up. Yeah, I feel like this is, I'm gonna go with the lighter things because I don't want this to turn into like a dark thing for the yellow. Can someone tell me why I'm struggling today? What is going on? Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Okay, so that came out. I wanted more of this lighter stuff. Okay, all right. That's all I'm gonna do. And I think the only thing else I wanted to add was I wanted to lighten it up a little bit. These are little blue, they say they're butterflies, but they're so small that they sort of look like stars. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna put in there. I think I'm gonna put a little bit more yellow. All right, let's get this. That one's a wrong color. Once we seal it up, it's done. So I know, I always get nervous about doing that. Okay, so now on this one, this goes like this. Just want to check this out before we put it down. So, all right. So we're basically just gonna put glue on top of the foam, okay? So here we go. And my, you know what, my glue gun is hot. I'm just gonna put this down while it's here. I need more glue, of course. Give me just 1 second. All right, here we go. All right, and then let's put this on top. Oh my gosh, so pretty, right? Okay. So that's done. Let's work, so I'm gonna put this aside for now. Let's do, so I wanna show you what this looks like on, right? It's gonna be so pretty. There, okay. Let's see. Now, I always make a backing for my stickers, so I'll show you what the sticker looks like too. So let's do that. In the meantime though, wait. Let's put, I did double, like, you know, just because I want a layer, I want Belle to kind of pop up more. So I've got her popping up through here as well as on here, and then the sticker. So let's put the sticker on. And pulling off the sticker, here we go. So there's a little bit of an outline that should go on here. So let's look at that. And I used the same blue as that. And that's gonna go on here. So now we'll peel this off. So basically it's gonna go like this. So cute. Okay, let's look at Charlotte. So the banner is gonna lay flat. So when things lay flat and I have intricate details like this, I do like to use the Tombow permanent adhesive tape. So you just flip this down, it faces like this. So the lid goes down to the bottom. And then what I like to do is get your scratch paper out. And in this case, this is going to be the backing of it. I'm going to use this as my scratch paper. So I'll turn this around like this, okay? And then let's get the glue on. You just want to make sure that it's sort of, you know, this glue reminds me of I always say it reminds you of like a spider web. So you want to get rid of all the little webbing. So you want to kind of like push it back. It's much easier to do it before you put it down. Okay, then I'm going to put glue on this side and then we'll be done. All right, so I'll pick it up. Okay. So it's going to go on here. You just want to make sure that the banner is, clean. So I'm going to push this corner back a little bit more because I can see the webbing. And I think that's it. Okay, so let's put our banner down. So pretty. I love this color combination. Okay, so we've got that down. Let's do the same for Charlotte. So Charlotte is really delicate, so I'm almost tempted. I think I'm gonna use the glue. And I know that this part is not down, but I want to put it on just so that I went basically from side to side. Okay, and then let's flip this over and get glue on this little guy. And with this being so delicate, I'm just gonna tap it down like on to get the excess off, and then I'm gonna put this down here. Like so. And then just push down and oh my gosh. Love it! Okay, so that's gonna go down like this. Of course, we wanna layer this as well. So I'm actually going to get out thicker foam tape. Easier to deal with. So this is going to sit on top like this. The flower is going to go here. So we'll deal with the foam tape in a little bit. Let's build our flower just so that we know how big it is. But I also, we want to finish building out these leaves. So the leaves are in 2 sets of colors. Now I didn't know if there was going to be enough room down here, so I had extra leaves printed for the rose in case it needed to come down a little bit more like this. And then we'll add the rose right there because I didn't want it to block the name. Okay, so on here, what we have is pieces like this. No, like, yeah. Maybe it's this side. I knew it was there somewhere. All right, on this, we can definitely use foam tape and get a little bit of some action, like some depth right there. So cute, right? Okay, so on this one we can put actually a little bit more foam tape. Now with foam tape, because it's, an adhesive, like a sticky adhesive, you want to press down to apply the pressure to really anchor it to the 2 pieces, to the dark green and the lighter green. So once you peel off that, you want to put it down, and then you really want to press down to kind of like activate the stickiness to make sure that it will stay on there. Okay. So that's going to go behind here, sort of like that, just to give it, it's got more pieces, but all we're doing is we're basically putting on like that. So I'm not going to finish this because that you can do. Let's work on the flower. So I'm kind of piecing this together so you can kind of see what that's going to look like. Oh my gosh. I am just loving this. Okay. Also, I know I'm going all out. This little stick, I want to wrap it in this royal blue ribbon. So it's not like a boring dowel, but it's going to go like this. And it's just going to look prettier. So as you roll it, we need to apply glue. And then, so we'll do that. You know, so much going on, right? Because it's my baby. All right, so the way you do this flower is you want to, I have my little quilling tool. I'm going to put it in between the slots here. And I may change out this flower because I did not, first of all, I'm not rolling it very well. But secondly, I didn't realize the backside was white. I wasn't paying attention when I cut it. So I'm gonna want this to be more of a red flower. So I'm gonna redo this and cut it with red cardstock, plain red cardstock. But so you can kind of see the flower like this, right? So you roll from the outside to the inside, put a little bit of glue down. And then while that is gluing itself, which it's not, I didn't put enough glue, you're going to bend out the flowers, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You can take anything with a hard edge, and I'm just going to roll it like this. So that instead of it being, you know, kind of flat and sticking straight up, it's going to have a little roll to it, which I am not doing very well right now. Give me a second. Let me find a better tool. I actually have, I'll be right back, a boning tool. That's what I was missing. So this is a little bit easier for my fingers, so you can kind of see like it bends out like that. I use my thumb so you can see it's just like a much better curl. And actually, I don't know, maybe we can use this flower. I'll show you how to finish this flower, but I didn't like the fact that it had the white, but it looks kind of cool actually. So it's going to be like here, and it's going to be bigger. And it's going to have more petals to it, so it'll be a bigger flower. So the petals, what you do is there's a little slit. Whenever you see a little slit like this for petals, you're going to glue it and kind of do this. And that gives it a little bit more like, I don't know, like it pops up, pops out a little bit. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So let's put a little bit of glue here, and then I'll show you a few petals. So this is the bigger petal, so let's do the smaller ones first. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue at the slit and just hold it like that for it to glue down. And so you see it kind of stands out a little bit, like it's not going to be flat anymore. So then you take this and you're going to curl out the petals. So see, something that's just a flat heart now has a lot more to it, right? And then all you do is you start adding to the base. So you can see the flower is going to get a little bit bigger and it's going to stand out a little bit more. Oh, it actually looks so pretty, huh? So let me glue this down. For some reason, the first time I did it, I did not put enough glue. Okay, so you see there's still a little bit to the base. We're just going to add these petals and go all the way around and then keep building out, because you can see there's a lot of petals. So it's going to look, and I'll show you on one of my finished projects. it's going to look like this flower and this one. So you see it's going to open up. That's going to sit in the center of our topper. It's one of my favorite projects, the little Frida project. Okay, so we glued that down there. We have a bunch more to do here. So let's do a few more just so that you get an idea of how to do it. And I did do a tutorial on here for my flowers. So you can always go and get more information there. So as it's drying, roll out your flowers. I mean, it's just amazing to me that it goes from totally flat to like a very not flat piece. So here, I'm going to add it over here because there's space right there. So I'm just going to put down a little bit of glue. And then it's just going to keep growing. So that is that piece. I'll put that aside. It's going to go right here. So I can't decide if I'm going to put the flowers there or not. But you can kind of see where this is going, right? We're just building onto it and it's almost done. You just got to add more leaves and then I'm going to show you the stick. And then all you do then is once you like your placement, glue it down. So you either add more foam tape to get it more dimension right there, which I'm definitely going to do with this one. She's going to have, you know, she's going to stick out a little bit more like this. Okay, let's work on this wooden dowel for a second. So on this one, let's just cut off. We can always add more. I think this might be enough because some of this is going to be covered. So I'm going to start at the, I'm going to start maybe like right here. Okay. So let's put a little bit of glue onto our stick. Oops. Should have started with less. Okay, there we go. And I wouldn't worry about this top part, right? A lot of it's going to be covered. So there, that's just to get us started. So I'm just going to continue rolling down, and every few rolls, like here, I'm going to stop and I'm going to put some glue so that it doesn't unravel. All right, a little bit more glue. And we're almost to the end. Oops. And I still have plenty of space. I'm just rolling down. I'm almost at the bottom. Got hot glue drippings. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it down like this and then I'm gonna end it here. So let's cut this off. Actually, probably even closer. I'm going to get a match, a lighter, and just gonna, do it to the end so that I don't get any strays. Okay. And then I'm gonna just roll this all the way to the end like that. Okay. Maybe we should fold it in. I should have thought about that before. That's what we'll do. Okay. We're going to tuck it in. And then glue that tucked edge in. That should make it better. Oh, this stick is going to be so pretty. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is done. And now it's just a matter of, oh, and I'm losing my voice. It's just a matter of finishing up the flower, which like I said, I do still think I'm going to recut it. I don't know how I feel about that white. You'll have to let me know in comments what you think. I feel like it's distracting. I'm gonna cut it in all red. So we're not gonna finish putting all this together, but I did wanna show you something. So in the end, after you put everything on, which is just gluing down, right, your placement, I wanna show you what I did to make sure that this was going to be sturdy. So we're going to have the stick like this, right? So I'll turn it around. So here's the, the whole thing, because it's kind of big. I want to put this down, and then I did a mirror image of this so that the back side would look really pretty in a different glitter. But I want to glue this down really, really well so that my stick is totally in there. My paper is all sides are down. And then just to even make it sure that it's not going anywhere, because my daughter's 6, so she's not the most careful. Her friends, I don't know who's in her theater camp. So I'm doing a double layer like this. So it's going to be super sturdy. So you see all the different layers. It's going to be glued together like that with the stick in between. And look at this shaker. Oh my God, I love this shaker. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to check out 12 by 12 cardstock's Instagram as well, because we're going to be loading a bunch of pictures, and then also on my account, because I like to take a ton of pictures so that you can see it from all different angles. You can see what we ended up going with, and I will see you guys next time. So please let us know in comments what else you want to see. All right. Thanks, guys.